everyone. On behalf of my team, I would like to welcome you to our blueberry farm and how we're transforming a monoculture into a temperate agroforestry system. So firstly, let me present you the farm. So we are located in Surrey, just southeast of Vancouver. We currently have a blueberry monoculture. So our total land is 9.6 acres with a potential agricultural land of 7.5 acres, but we are currently only using 5.5 acres. We have a monoculture of blueberries, and each blueberry rows are placed 2 meters apart and 0.7 meters between each blueberry bushes for a total of 40 rows. As I mentioned earlier, we have 2 acres of unused land, and as a result of the flooding from the fall, we do currently have waterlogging area and are unsure about the damage to our crop yet. So our objectives here will be to diversify income. So we'll first try and increase our blueberry yield as well as adding other specialty products. We also want to increase sustainability and biodiversity by minimizing chemical input, doing biopest management, and enhancing habitat connectivity. And finally, we want to do landscape management, so prevent waterlogging and as well as decreasing erosion from wind. So our new design, firstly, we're going to extend our blueberry rows. Then we're going to improve our drainage system. So with our landscape capability, as well as our current climate, we're going to improve the drainage by digging some water trenches and building up some gabions so that the water flows without leaching the soil. Then we're going to implement alley cropping and perennials. So we're going to move from a monoculture to a more diversified crop. And then we're going to implement the alley crops between 6 to 8 blueberry rows, as well as implementing perennials all around the property. And while doing all of this, we're going to build the duck shelter as well as the pond for our new species.
So we've done a lot of research into what works best on our farm, and we've decided that red alder works best as our nitrogen fixer and will be located on our windbreak. It attracts a variety of pollinators that we want for habitat connectivity, and it's also great forage habitat. Then we decided that we want khaki Campbell ducks as our bio pest control, as they eat slugs and they also eat all the they forage all the fallen blueberries so that we won't have any rodents on the farm. They'll also pose as a great non-timber product with their eggs that we can sell. And we've also decided to use lavender as well as other herbs and annuals, perhaps in the future, such as oregano, mint, garlic, chives, and parsley, as we think that they are our best bet plants to be introduced to promote blueberry production as well as crop pollinators in the area.
Now, red alder windbreaks host a lot of advantages, such as reducing wind chills, protecting crops, and also enhancing, or it's a carbon sink. And then also it's going to enhance the bee population and control the microclimate. Now, the advantages of alley cropping, we're going to enhance pollinator conservation by providing habitat, ameliorating site and landscape connectivity, and also mitigating pesticide exposure. And it was found that red alder has enhanced nitrogen fixation into the system in a study, and it also increases soil organic matter and microbial biomass, which is very important for soil health. Now, this is going to be linking biodiversity to the outside, because by having a red alder, we're recruiting more birds in, and this is going to enhance the farm and outside landscape connectivity.
For our products, we will continue with our blueberries. However, they will now be organic, and we will proceed with manual harvests. We will also add honey, so our honey will be organic and blueberry and lavender flavor. We will have fresh and dry lavender products, and finally our duck eggs, which are rich and nutritious, and they will also be organic and free range. For further possibilities, once we are settled with our current products, we can add specialty products such as pie, jam, and smoothie starters by associating with other farms in the area. And then in 40 to 50 years, we'll be able to harvest the red alder for lumber.
So our current target market isn't really defined. However, we would like it to be families and organic enthusiasts. Our current marketing strategy is just solely relying on billboards, but we would like to leverage on social media presence as it's very inexpensive, and it also targets a lot of the youth, which is like part of the green movement that we are in right now. Most profits will come from agritourism. However, we would like to rely on roadside, so home markets and B2B for our profits as well. So our priorities currently are the installation of the drainage system, and that involves the gabions. And then number two, we would like the plantation of our agroforestry perennials and alley cropping. And if we have any free time during those first two steps, we would like to set up the housing for the bees and the ducks, so that we can go into step three and incorporate them into our farming techniques.
To implement the above design, we need to know the cost associated with it. So we have divided them into each product to estimate their expenditures and revenues. Below are a few assumptions. For blueberry enterprise, we used the existing blueberry farm and their estimates and extended it to unused land. For apiculture, 4 medium-sized honeybee hives are installed and incremented by 2 colonies yearly for 5 years. For lavender, mainly planted for honey, byproducts include fresh and dry flowers. For the deck eggs, the ducks are replaced every 18 months, and red alder harvested after 50 years. The blueberry as an individual enterprise, existing 8,000 plants and will be increased by 1/3 of present capacity. The break-even is achieved in year 3 with profits around 6,000 CAD in year 5. Then the apiculture, the break-even is in year 2 with profits around same 6,000 CAD in year 5. Next, the lavender, these are mainly for honey production. So the expenditures are high due to less concentration on harvesting flowers and byproducts. The ducks, these have a low maintenance, production rate is high, but there is fluctuation in profit mainly due to variation in egg production. The red alder, the estimates are for 1,000 to 60 trees planted in year 1 and harvested in year 50 with 0.5 million profit. Overall, we can see the break-even in year 3, reaching a 250,000 turnover in year 5 and a 500,000 profit in year 50.
Now, this is a healthy, happy farm because this farm sustains the 3 pillars of sustainability, and it also has a regenerative potential. We have a natural nitrogen source from the alder, which helps reduce the amount of chemical inputs. We have improved soil quality from organic matter, diversified income from all the eggs, honey, and blueberries, enhanced carbon sequestration. And in terms of regenerative properties, we have excellent topsoil regeneration from the organic matter, increased biodiversity, which is good for landscape connectivity. And this is a climate resilient system from the windbreaks, stable soil structure, and erosional control. Next slide. Now, for the 4 ecosystem services, we have supporting, which includes the topsoil formation, the amelioration of topsoil formation, enhanced nutrient cycling, and carbon sequestration. In terms of cultural services, we have increased awareness about sustainable and regenerative agriculture. Regulating, we have a good monitoring of the microclimate from the windbreaks, and we have increased pollination success, and we have adequate provisioning services from the food provided by the farm. And thank you for listening.